Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us here once again at Wedgemount Resources channel. We are, of course, sitting here with Mark, and we're going to run through a couple of the updates that have been going on lately. But first off, Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, enjoying summer. How are things back east?
I'm doing pretty well myself, doing the same thing. But diving in a little bit, tell me what's been going on at the Eagle project to start.
Yeah, Eagle is where we commenced our 2021 exploration. Investors may remember, or your listeners may remember, that it was the first project that the company optioned in the fall of 2020. And phase one of the program at Eagle was really to get our Wedgemount's first program on Eagle, and we wanted to really understand the historic work there and also explore new areas. So I think the key takeaways there is that we've now received assay results from over 50 rock samples collected over a 3.5-kilometer trend. In those samples, and this would include outcrops, soils, chip samples, rock samples, etc., we've sampled up to 9.8% copper, 2.5 grams per ton gold, and 77 grams of silver. That was a highlight sample from the historic Nighthawk zone. Mm-hmm. Multiple other samples returned well above 2% copper. So we were pretty happy with what we saw in the known historic areas of the Nighthawk, Vector, and mid zones. What was new to us and that we see as a positive and kind of upside for what we were expecting to see is that the actual alteration footprint of the historic zones is significantly larger than was previously documented by other operators. And again, this is the first real program that's taken place on the Eagle project since the 1990s. So again, I go back to our one of our corporate strategies, use modern exploration techniques on historic projects, right? And to try and get a better understanding of what we have. So phase one is done. Again, multiple samples. We like what we saw. The footprint looks bigger than we had hoped. Over the next couple of weeks, IP crews will move into Eagle and we'll do the geophysical study on the project. We hope to get results back for that by the beginning of October. Once we have results of that, subject to those results, we'll go in and start drilling in October. So again, we've been on time, on budget. We like the results we've had to date. We're seeing new zones of alteration and mineralization that we're excited about. IP will give us a very good idea of where to go next and really where to focus our efforts for the upcoming drilling campaign. So that's where we are in Eagle as it stands right now. Again, IP crews will be in there shortly.
Wonderful. Yeah, it sounds like things at Eagle are going very well, and everybody will keep you updated on that as more news comes along the wire. But shifting gears, tell me about the Cookie project. Tell me what's been going on with that copper gold property.
Yeah, so Cookie, we put out an exploration update on August 12th. If people hadn't seen it, they can go to the website and see that release from the company. Since August 12th, we have completed our phase one program on the project, and that's our team's exploration of the project. IP crews will be going in about a week to start the geophysical survey of the project. That'll continue for approximately another 2 weeks. But on August 12th, we disclosed kind of what we've done, specifically what we've done on the project to date and what investors can expect as far as news flow going forward. So we collected over 650 soil samples, 82 rock samples, 118 alteration chips. The real highlight of what we found so far are multiple new porphyry-related alteration and mineralization zones. So the historic red claims, where drilling was done in the 1960s by Kaminko, we did do our work on that area, and that area we think is still highly prospective. In fact, the size of the target area in the historic red zone is bigger than we had hoped for. Mm-hmm. But I think what really was an upside surprise to us, that you always hope for, is that the areas that we've added to the claim since the original deal, that's the 28,000 hectares that we added subsequent to the original deal, we found multiple new areas of alteration and mineralization, which we have sampled. Assays for all of the sampling are still pending. I think it'll probably be 2 to 3 weeks before we have those assays to release to investors. But we're really excited about the multiple new areas that are new discoveries at this point in time. So anytime you stake ground around, a historic project with some work, some drilling like we did at Red, you always hope that maybe there'll be one area that becomes interesting around it. We've in fact discovered multiple new areas with alteration and mineralization that could have porphyry potential. So investors need to stay tuned for that. And again, those results will be about 2 to 3 weeks out. And again, just to finish up on Cookie, IP crews will be moving in over the next week, and that IP program will be approximately 2 weeks in duration. Results of that will come once the program is finished. So there'll be quite a bit of news flow coming out on Cookie, kind of following up on the significant news flow that came out of the Eagle earlier in August. So that's where those two projects are at right now.
Wonderful, Mark. I think you've given people a lot to look forward to within the next couple of weeks. Is there anything else you want to add? Any closing remarks?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget project number 3, Friendly, which is located in southern BC, will be in Friendly. As soon as some rain starts to hit the ground in BC, we've had a pretty big fire season here. But the nice thing about the Friendly project is that it's in the southern part of BC. We can explore there in September and October. So our crews will get in there once we get 3 or 4 days of rain. So again, we're excited to hit the ground on Friendly and to see what we can find in our initial phase 1 program there as well.
Perfect. Mark, sounds like you got a lot on your plate and you got a lot going on. So everybody will keep you updated as things come along the wire. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. And Mark, have a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.